Alrighty, so we just talked with Austin about this. One of his best friends growing up was Jeff Teat, who's on the Riptide. Is this kind of fun for you to see your son taking on his best friend here tonight?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, and again, for at this level as well, right? They got a few years apart, but they always kept in touch, and they always been they always had a lot of fun together. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, to say the least here.
What is the biggest focal point going into tonight's game?
51. We just got to do a job on them and make sure, backdoor wise that we're ready and we're communicating and we're in the spots where we need to be successful. And at the same time, we want to play our game. We want to play with pace. We want to put some pressure on them as well, getting up the floor and just being smart and playing good lacrosse.
Yeah, the last time you guys played them, Callum Crawford was still in the mix. So Teat's now getting more touches. You're seeing his point total go up a lot more. How is the approach a little bit different against him tonight?
I think our approach is going to be pretty similar to the last time around. Again, they don't have that, standalone righty. They got four guys that bang and flash through the middle of the floor, which really works well with what Jeffrey does on his side of the ball with the ball in his stick, right? So we got to be really, really aware. We got to, fill the middle as best as we possibly can and try and keep everything to the outside so that Hearts can step the ball and see it.
So right now with the momentum of things, I mean, you come off of a win and then go into a bye and it kind of slumps. How do you get that momentum back when you're coming into this week?
Again, it's got to come from internally. It's got to come from each individual, right? Again, as a team, like we're in a good spot as a team, but it's come from the little things that, we hang our hats on each week, which is the hard work and just, working hard for 60 minutes and doing the right things and doing it quickly with pace, right? So it's got to come from internally, and no matter what we say, it's got to be their reason why they step on the floor and perform here tonight.
You start now with this game, the back half of the season. Obviously, it's one game at a time, but really, it kind of gets you. Does it get you thinking anyway? In that we're now on the back half.
Yeah, because it's almost the dog days of the season here. Like let's get through this week, and I think the break came for us at a good time here because now we can look through the schedule. Okay, and as you said, okay, 1 week in New York, and then what's next week, and just kind of chop it down that way. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Like I say, and again, we're not looking too far ahead. We still haven't done anything.
Is there a big difference, you think, mindset-wise, for the first half of the season to the second half of the season?
Hopefully not. Like I say, it's we just got to come out and do the same job and put the same effort in each and every week, no matter who we're playing here. It varies a little bit, obviously, who's on the floor against, but our concentration's on us and what we got to do.
How does a bye week look during the season? Because obviously you don't get these guys every day, even when it's a game week. But when you have a bye week, what type of things are you doing to make sure that they're still staying kind of in their rhythm throughout the season?
You know what? I think for us it was okay. Let's check back in, this week. Let's take some time away because again we went on a stretch there where it was 7 weeks in a row type deal, and then we sort of look at the calendar and we got another 7 in a row before we get the next break. So it's take a breath, take a bit of a rest here, decompress, make sure you're in the gym, and then we kind of touch base that they are doing something there. Put a little bit of eyes on some video, but sometimes it's also good to get away from the game and just sort of concentrate on something else. Make sure the wives are happy, make sure the girlfriends are happy, and kind of get some brownie points back in the home life here before we go on a stretch and gone every weekend again, right? So yeah, and again, come Tuesday, I think we had a really good practice on Tuesday. Worked hard, got a really good sweat. So hopefully there's no rust here for tonight.